Brian in Arizona, after seeing the closing segment to Raw this past Monday, all I could say was, wow, that was awesome. I got chills down my spine when Jake the Snake's music hit. My question is, seeing as how good Jake looks now, can you see him possibly being a manager to a WWE superstar? And if so, what superstar would you pair him with? I don't see him as being a manager. Frankly, I think him going back out on the road is about the worst thing that could possibly happen to him. I don't want to see that. Give him a Rumble cameo maybe, put him in the Hall of Fame, and just leave well enough alone. Let Jake make special appearances every now and then. I'm cool with that. You know, Old School Raw again next year. Great. But I think Jake is the kind of person and has the kind of personality based on just some of the things he's said before, where him going back out on the road and traveling all the time and being in any sort of, you know, stressful environment would be just devastating to whatever progress he's made. And, you know, he's back home, he's got the yoga, he's got a vegetable garden, he's got all these little things that he kind of focuses his time and efforts on. And I feel like if you take that away from him, it's like a house of cards. You know, you take one card away, the whole house falls down. I don't want to see the same thing happen with Jake. Him being a manager, what does it really matter anyway? I mean, it's not like they focus a lot on managers. You know, they got Paul Heyman out there with Brock. Jake's not going to be allowed to go out there and cut the same kind of Jake the Snake promos that you and I remember. So him being behind the scenes and maybe lending some of that knowledge to some of the younger guys, I think could be a good thing. Well, you know what? Fly him to developmental. Fly him to NXT and let him do, you know, a week down there where he works with guys on their promos. They've done that before. They've had, you know, Mickie James was at the facility working with the Divas. Eve Torres was there working with the Divas. They've flown other guys in. That would be a more appropriate role, I think, for Jake. If he could somehow contribute down at NXT, which isn't, I mean, they're in Florida. Jake, I think, lives in Georgia, I think. So he's not that far away from them. I'd like to see that. But him being back out on the road as a manager, I don't think that's a good idea. Check this out, guys. For you, the listeners of the Sound Off, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial so that you can check out their service. And it's a quality service. I wouldn't be mentioning it on my show if it wasn't. They have a bunch of wrestling books to choose from in audio form, including Lex Luger's book, Dusty Rhodes' book, Hulk Hogan's book is available with narration from the Hulkster himself. There's even one that chronicles the rise of the late Junkyard Dog in Mid-South, which sounds really interesting. You can choose any one of those free by trying Audible.com. If you commute to work, or if you like listening to things other than music at the gym, I know a lot of people listen to this podcast that way. It seems to me an audiobook would absolutely make sense. To get one, make sure you go to audibletrial.com/Solomonster. It's another way to show your support for the Sound Off, and you get something free in return. You can't beat that. Again, that's audibletrial.com/Solomonster.